Hey, Felix, just wait and see. For every kiss you give me, oh, I'll give you 3. And from the day I saw you, I have been waiting for you. Know I will love you till eternity. Come on and please be my baby, baby. I want to say, be my darling, be my baby now. Come on and be my baby, baby. I want to be You gotta sing this one now. You gotta sing this one. Are you ready, y'all? Here we go. I'm running, my heart feels still. She said, do run, 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 do run, run. You know that somebody told me that I need with you. She said, do run, 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 do run, run. Yes, my heart feels still. It was you. And when I walk home, they do run, 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 they do run, run. I knew what she was thinking when she caught my eye. They do run, let me get some hand clapping now. She looked so quiet, oh my. They do run, 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 they do run. Say that. She caught my eye. Yeah, now I'm back. Yeah, when I walk home, my baby, they do run, 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 they do run. Tell me, let's see one time. Hit it, brother. When I do the represent, I listen to the song. I'm so fine. I'm not love that you run, run. You know there's something to it. It comes out. You know to run, 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 to run, run. Yeah, she looks so fine. Yeah, I think I'm mine. Yeah, when I walk home, they do run, 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 they do run, run. Are you ready out there, everybody? Are you ready? Come on. We do run, 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 we do run, run. Come on. We do run, 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 we do run. Just sing, come on.
Do run, 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 the do run, run. Do run, 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 the do run, run. Do run, 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 the do run, run. Do run, 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 the do run.
Turn down.
Run, 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 the do run.
I'm starting to love it, Felix.
Run, run, the do run.
Everybody, come on. Do run, 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 do run, run. 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 You better believe it, Long Island. Hello, Greenwich.
Yeah!
Thank you so much. Come on, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Felix Cavalieri and Gary U.S. Bond? Now, to induct Ellie Greenwich, please welcome Long Island Music Hall of Fame inductee from the Tokens, Mr. Owimawa himself, Jay Siegel. Everybody, I can't get away from that song. I don't know what it is. Okay, thanks. I think I know Ellie. I knew Ellie practically my whole life. We met at a BMI dinner in 1963 where she got about 3,000 BMI awards, you know. I remember her telling me when she got a bachelor's degree in English from Hofstra University, and I remember her telling me away, and she laughed, and she said, "Can you imagine two of my biggest hits. I was an English major. When Matt Van Zandt said, "I knew we was falling in love." And she said also about the Dixie Cups doing Chapel of Love. Going to the chapel and we're going to get married. And I don't know, she couldn't get over it. She couldn't get over that, you know? Where would Phil Spector, well, we know him, where would he be? Well, we know where he is now. The Crystals, the Ronettes, the Shangri-Las, Darlene Love, and of course Neil Diamond. Where would they be without the music of Ellie Greenwich? We know where Phil Spector would be, and that's where he is. You know, most of you here know about all her accomplishments in music and writing jingles, and you know, most of you know all that. But I just want to share with you a couple of things that you may not know about Ellie. I had the pleasure of working with her in the studio. She was a perfectionist in the studio. If you were an eighth, she was the best background singer there was. And she never, you know, she told me she never thought she had a good voice, but she thought she had a good sound, but not a good voice. But if you were in the studio with her and you sang an eighth of a note, sharp or flat, she stopped it like that. Or if she was also the greatest hand clapper in the studio, perfect. If you were 1/100th of a second off clapping hands, she stopped it and she did it again. But she was a great person to work with in the studio, and but most importantly, she was the most generous person that I've ever met. She was the best friend that you could ever have, and she was also the most hysterically funny girl that I've ever met. She was a wonderful person, and she was a devoted sister. She was a devoted sister-in-law and a great aunt. She was just a great person, a just wonderful person, and she so much deserves this award. And it's my honor to present this award to Ellie Greenwich. My honor to be her friend, to have been her friend, and by the way, October 23rd would have been her birthday, so what a great present. This is a great birthday present for Ellie Greenwich. Anyway, to accept the award tonight, I'm going to bring out one of the original Raindrops, Ellie's sister, Laura Weiner.
My sisters, but I'm going to display it very, very proudly in my home, Long Island. That's where we're from. I would just like to say a few words. Yes, I was a raindrop, and there is another raindrop in the audience. Here you go, Beverly. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Jay. I have wonderful memories of Jay coming over to my house when I was a little girl, and him and his wife Judy, my sister and Jay, and the other tokens, Hank Medris, and I'm forgetting everybody's name, but it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience, wonderful memories. I just must say that this is a very bittersweet moment for me, as I wish my sister could be here to accept her award in person. You all know about her accomplishments as an artist. You've heard some of her songs. An English teacher, could you believe? I mean, really. Her contributions to the industry are numerous and notable, but my sister never got it. She never really understood how special her work was, how many lives she touched. She would defer to people like me, a special education teacher, or a firefighter, or a police officer, so on and so forth. She felt that those are the people that were deserving of accolades. but she never really understood the impact of her music and how it has transcended so many years. When Leader of the Pack ran on Broadway, the crowds would wait in the alley stage door for a chance to talk to her and thank her for the music. They saw her as a person, as a contemporary, not as a celebrity. She always said that Jeff, her writing partner, and her husband for a short period of time, was the first person she met who truly got it when it came to music. He was the first person she met who she could truly harmonize with, and they certainly created some memorable harmonies together. And as was mentioned, the Raindrops in Philadelphia. We were driving down the New Jersey Turnpike in a 1950 Pontiac, and of course, at Palisades Park, we weren't allowed to sing. We could only lip sync, and it was a really hard task to go. But of course, the needle got stuck, and you tried doing that. It was very difficult. It was quite the experience, and I know Billy can attest to that as well. I'm going to really try to make this short, but I'm just so proud and honored to be here. I thank all of those involved in making Ellie's induction a reality, and I know she's looking down and still not getting it. But I do, and I think the success and the longevity of her music proves that you do as well. If Ellie were here, she would thank you all in her humble way. It is wonderful that Long Island is finally honoring one of their own. While she was born in Brooklyn, geographically on Long Island, she found her groove growing up in Levittown. Yay, Levittown! I had a wonderful childhood there. Now I'm in Suffolk County, so I'm just going all over. People gravitated to Ellie and truly loved her. She was a very warm, talented, loving person, and as Jay mentioned, a wonderful sister, a wonderful aunt, and a wonderful friend, and a wonderful co-worker. We have some of her friends and co-workers here in the audience, some singers and artists that really also deserve their recognition as well. And it's very funny that Leslie Gore is here, and it's almost like my sister's here. First the Songwriters Hall of Fame, then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and now the Long Island Music Hall of Fame. A pretty good trifecta, don't you think?
Woo!
Again, thank you to the Long Island Music Hall of Fame for this tremendous tribute and honor. Thank you to those who still play her music, who keep the good old days alive by singing her songs with your children and grandchildren. And finally, to my sister, Ellie Greenwich, thank you. You'll always be the music in our hearts and the leader of our pack. Baby, I love you and I miss you.